The Roaring Twenties was the golden age for the consumer economy. After World War One, American society was changing for the better. Workdays were reduced from 6 to 5 hours, and hours were reduced from 10 to 8 hours a day. The average family income was around $2,000, which helped build a large middle class. This resulted in many families having a large discretionary income, and they were able to spend their money on improved goods and services. This resulted in a large boom in the economy. Because of the growing market, there was competition between businesses to sell their goods and services. The main way to differentiate the competition was through advertising. Throughout the 1920s, around $2.5 billion was spent each year on advertising. The two main ways businesses advertised was through print radio. It was through print and radio. This was the first time businesses used colors in their works to show a product. In this Ford advertisement below, there are a large usage of colors that are helping display the Model T. This technology is new because only a few years before, businesses were not able to mass produce colored advertisement. Another way businesses advertised was through radio. Throughout the 1920s, it was approximated that 45% of American families owned radios, and many places of businesses owned one as well. Since many people listened to the radio, it was efficient to advertise on it. It cost anywhere from $15 to $75 to advertise a product on the radio. This sound was a typical radio advertisement of the 1920s.
Bored of the same old sandwich again and again? Want something warm and toasty? Buy the new revolutionary way to spruce up your adult bread and enhance your bread morning, noon, and night. Brand new, shiny, and state-of-the-art, Mr. Toasty is brought to you at a humble $6.99. Every household needs one, including yours. Toasty!
The impact of advertising led to a boom in many different industries. Sports became popular during the 1920s because people had more time to practice and watch professional sports. The three main sports that controlled the countries were baseball, college football, and boxing. Baseball grew popular within cities and people played throughout the country. People did not need much to play baseball, needing a bat and a ball and a couple people to play. Playing on city streets was common. Attending these events was not expensive for Americans. For a New York Yankee game in 1923, it cost 25 cents to sit in the bleacher seats and $1 to sit in the grandstand. Going to a baseball game was a whole event for families, taking up a whole day. Another sport that grew popular was college football. This past year, NCAA celebrated 150 years of college football, but it grew in popularity during the 1920s. Americans were starting to go to college, and many wanted to play a sport. Schools such as Harvard and Yale had dominant football programs during the 20s. Bowl games were created for the championships, such as the Rose Bowl in California. Lastly, boxing was prominent in immigrant neighborhoods. Every neighborhood had their so-called champion boxer. Primarily, Jews and Italians were boxers, and people were able to gamble at these matches. These sports helped revolutionize America. If people did not enjoy playing or watching sports, there were other leisure activities for them to take advantage of. The theater industry boomed during this time. In New York City, there is a whole district known as the Theater District that got its start in the 1920s. Show prices ranged from $1 to $10, and shows were 1.5 to 2 hours long. The most popular shows were Cinderella Girls and Sunny on Broadway. Other activities such as golf and tennis were played. Many of these courses were located outside of the city, and people went to the summer homes in the suburbs to play on them on the weekends. This is one reason why Essex County today has many golf courses is in a small radius of each other. Ultimately, the 20s had a cultural impact on the United States, and it's still present today.